channel. Today's video is probably something that I get most asked often, or the most requested video, blog post, anything like that. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about just how to go to your first festival. You decided to go to your first festival with all your friends, whatever festival it may be. What the heck did you get yourself into, am I right? So I do have a page on my website, VIBEWITHADE.com. It's Festival 101. It's basically goes through like what you need to do before, what to bring, stuff like that, and then how to have a good time at your first music festival. So I decided why not to turn that page into a video for you guys so you can have access to it, and I will link everything down below. I also wrote a blog post about it as well, just to go into some more detail, and so you guys have something to reference back. That way you're just not listening to my voice all the time. But yeah, so be sure to check those out down below. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Hit that subscribe button to vibe with me and join my little vibe tribe that I love you guys so much. Also be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, want to see more like it. Let me know what you're interested in, and then also follow my social media at VIBEWITHADE. So I also think that these tips, like not only for going to your first music festival, but I guess in general, if you're just new to going to music festivals or you have a music festival coming up, like these are just general like good tips. So I hope that they're helpful for you. So just let me know if I miss anything. Comment down below any questions you might still have. I do have how to prepare for EDC and Coachella on my channel, so be sure to check those videos out if you are going to those festivals. And I will be doing an updated how to prepare for EDC based on what just happened this past year. Also, just as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert. Like, going to festivals is literally just speaking from pure experience. Like, I don't even know if you can be an expert in going to festivals, but take my tips as you will. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to like do them or whatever. You don't have to go out and buy things or anything like that. I'm just offering my experience and my tips of going to festivals for the past couple of years, and how I think you guys can also have a really great experience, because I love going to festivals and I want someone going to their first festival for the first time to have an awesome experience too as well. So just that little disclaimer. When it comes to going to festivals, like a lot of the times, like people don't realize that like it can take a lot of planning like to go to a festival. Like it's insane, especially if you're going like across the country or like anything. Like I think people don't realize that like we spend a lot of time planning and we spend a lot of money. So like we're all working hard, we're all grinding, we're all doing what we can to get to our festivals and things like that. So these first couple tips are just about like planning on how to get there, planning where you're staying, and all that kind of jazz. So if you're lucky to be living in the same city as like where your festival is at, then that's super awesome. You already have that part figured out kind of. But say if you're going out of state or you need to go somewhere else, like start looking for flights like as soon as possible, just so you can start locking in like the best price possible. Those do get expensive. Like I usually try to budget between $300 to $400 round trip. Like obviously you can probably find something cheaper, but you just never know. Like my Electric Forest tickets cost me, my airplane tickets probably was in between $300 to $400. So just budget that way. If you are already like located within that city, then great. You just kind of have to figure out like if you're gonna drive and pay for parking, or like if someone's gonna be a DD, or if you're gonna get an Uber and Lyft. And so with Ubers and Lyfts, you always have to be careful just with like surge pricing and things like that, but just check out your options beforehand. The website that the festival has usually has a lot of great resources when it comes to that kind of stuff of like how to get there, where to stay, stuff like that. So be sure to also check that out as well. When it comes to where to stay, again, if you have a place to live, you have friends' place, that's all great. If you're gonna be needing to book a hotel or an Airbnb, something like that, do that as soon as possible. I think I booked my EDC Airbnb in November and the festival was in May, but we paid $200 for the whole weekend, and that was then split between 4 people. So I paid $50, and that's because I found it in November and like got it then. So another pro tip with Airbnbs is sometimes you do have to pay the money up front, so just be wary of that unlike when you look on like Expedia and like hotels, like you just have to put a credit card down to hold the reservation, and it doesn't get charged until you check in. As a little tip there when you're trying to figure out where you're staying, but that's just all part of the planning process. Like I said, again, if you happen to live there and you're able to go home and sleep in your bed, great. Or if you have a friend's place, that also works out too. I always try and see like with friends, like if they have availability, like, or if it would be okay, like I could toss in some like money for like staying with them. Just kind of depends. But if you're kind of wanting your own space or you don't have any friends in the area, definitely look for Airbnbs and like look on Expedia for like hotels and stuff too. If I were to go back in time and tell myself this, is like how important it is to take care of your body like leading up to a festival. Like I would probably take emergency like during the festival, like in between days or something, or I would take it like the morning of and like when I got home or something, and then might take it like after the festival. But like it is seriously so important to take care of yourself before the festival so that you don't get sick afterwards. You can prevent that by taking care of yourself beforehand. So some things that I do drink emergency leading up. I eat very like healthy as much as possible. I get 8 hours of sleep. That's like super important. Make sure that you keep your sleep schedule on point. I go to the gym regularly. I did start taking echinacea and oregano oil just to help boost my immunity. Once I started taking that stuff, I noticed a significant difference, especially like because I go to these festivals and then I'm supposed to go work 40 hours a week when I come back in case I didn't take time off or anything. So after electrophorus, I barely got sick. Like I just needed more sleep if anything, but like I barely got sick, and it was like very well worth it. So definitely take care of your body leading up to the festival and during and after. That'll definitely like help you not get sick and keep you from that post-festival depression if you're like in your bed sick and it just like does not help. My final tip in terms of like what else you can do to prepare, check out the festival app if they have one that has a lot of great resources. It has a festival map, it has your set time, it has like what vendors and food is gonna be there. Like it has a lot of different things in that app. So be sure to download it before, check it all out, see what's going on there, choose what artists you wanna see for set times and stuff like that. In terms of what to wear, this is kind of like a case-by-case type of thing because you have EDC, which is like super ravey clothes, like, and then you have like festivals like Coachella and ACL that are like multi-genre, so people kind of wear more like normal-ish clothes-ish, and they'll like take their own spin on it. Coachella is a lot of, you never know what you're gonna get at Coachella, but people aren't necessarily wearing like the super ravey clothes, but they're kind of having their own personal style. It's kind of what's on trend for that season going on. My go-to shopping places for like more ravey type stuff is like Freedom Ravewear, Rave with Me Gente. Those are like my big two. Dolls Kill's another one. And then I also try and like find like maybe more local designers or Etsy designers. I'll buy from them as well. When it comes to like the multi-genre, like I'll go to Forever 21 and I'll try and get something that not only works for that festival, but that it has multiple uses for it. So I think this maroon romper that I got at Coachella, I not only wore it to Coachella, but I wore it to ACL, and then I've like worn it to like going out and like friends' birthday parties and stuff. So I try and buy things that are like make it worth my money, but then I can also wear it multiple times throughout the year. Another thing that I do is I go on Pinterest and I go on Instagram and I search for that festival, and I kind of get an idea of like what the vibe is or what people wore last year, just to get an idea of what I want to wear. And also, you don't really have to go out and buy a ton of things. Like you can do that and it's super fun, or you cannot. It's kind of just like what you want to budget for it. Guys, you are very easy. A lot of guys just wear t-shirts, basketball jerseys, tank tops. Not much else. I mean, and most guys wear something and then they take their shirt off half the time. I don't know what shorts they normally wear, but that's to each their own, your discretion. Probably the biggest question that I get is, what do I bring to a festival? What the heck am I supposed to bring? Oh boy. So I'm like the rave mom of my group, so I probably bring way more stuff than I need to be bringing, but I also like to be prepared. I like to make sure I'm gonna have a good time. I like to make sure I have everything that I need. So here is my list of what I bring. I had to write it down because yeah. So I bring my Vibedration. Hydration is the #1 thing that is most important to me, so I bring my Vibedration. It's like a hydration pack. You can wear a fanny pack if you want and have like, not like a hydro flask, but you could bring like a reusable water bottle of some sort. You can buy a water bottle there and then like fill it up a bunch of times. Whatever you can to keep hydrated. I usually always bring a bandana because it gets dusty, it gets dirty, so to keep all that out, I wear a bandana. I bring chapstick, I bring gum, I bring a portable charger and a cord because my phone, I have a 6S, I've had this for almost 2 years now. She's not doing well when it comes to battery life, so sunscreen if it's a daytime event, earplugs is like my latest thing. Protect my little ears. I do have a video that you can watch about earplugs that I will link down below. Fan or spray bottle, this is like huge. Like a fan to fan yourself. But when you have a fan and you're walking through a crowd trying to get through, people love you and they part like the Red Sea for you. So get a fan, bring cash just in case they don't take card. It's always good to just have emergency cash. I do bring my camera, so I used to film my festivals with my GoPro. A lot of the times the GoPro could get in, but not the stick. At Coachella, I had to throw out my GoPro stick and I was really mad about it. Now I bring my Sony a6000, which technically should not be allowed in because it has a detachable lens, but because it is so small, they let me in with it. It's gotten into Beyond, it's gotten into EDC, it's gotten into Electric Forest, so she's doing good. We love her. Wet wipes and hand sanitizer for the porta potties. So like I said, you don't have to bring all these things. This is just personally, I know some friends that they'll just have a fanny pack with their wallet, their phone, their keys, that's it. Maybe a chapstick, maybe some gum. But like me, I like to be prepared. So figure out what you want to bring, things like that. One tip I will say is that whatever you bring, any type of valuable, like your keys, your wallet, put that in like the least accessible pocket, whatever type possible. You don't want people, like I've known people to like dig through someone's camelback and try and steal things, so like make it hard for someone to try and get your things. That's everything you need to bring. So when it comes to actual festivals itself, here are some things to think about. When it comes to security, it honestly just depends on that security at every festival. Like I've been to some festivals where they're taking out every pocket, they're checking every zipper for any item that is not allowed, whatever it may be. And then I've been to other festivals, well, I'll give them my hydration pack and I'll have everything out, like ready for them to look at. They'll just take one peek in and they'll be like, you're good. I've had people grope me in ways that were not really acceptable, but they were just checking to see if I had anything. And then I've had other festivals where they take one look at me in my outfit and they're like, oh, you're not hiding it. It just depends. If you're a boy, you're definitely gonna get a little bit more of like security, but when you're a girl, not so much. Just how it goes. And so if I ever have like, say I forgot to bring gum and all I have is like an unopened, like a not sealed gum, I'll just bring it in day one, see what happens. Like some people will make me throw it out, no big deal. But you kind of want to just like play by ear that first day and see how they're doing security, if they're being super lax or not. Also depends on the time you go. If you go right when gates open, everyone's so happy, they're ready to get in, they're stoked. Security's not mad yet. If you go later in the day, security might be a little bit agitated by the time you get to them. So it just honestly just depends, but just keep a positive attitude. We all have to go through security and hopefully it won't be a super long time for you. Biggest thing, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Like the first thing I do when I get in, figure out where the bathrooms are and I figure out where I can fill up my camelback. Like I'm always thirsty, so like staying hydrated at festivals is so important, you guys. Like I cannot stress this. Like no set, no song, nothing is more important than like you staying hydrated. Like I want to drill that into your brain. Like stay hydrated. Even if your friend won't go with you, just go and then come back to them. Like it'll be fine. Like just stay hydrated. That's the biggest thing. Like most people that have issues when it comes to like medical issues is because they're not staying hydrated. You don't want to go into that med tent, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. A lot of questions I get about the cell service. So it kind of depends per festival, like how the cell service actually is. But one thing that I do notice is that if I'm super far into the crowd and I'm like closer to the rail, I don't get any service. But if I'm further back, I do get service. So just kind of depends. There are apps like Fire Chat that allow you to send text messages without cell service. Our group used that at EDC 2 years ago and it worked really well. So there's options like that. Be sure to timestamp your text messages so that like you texted Becky at like 9 p.m. where are you? And then she doesn't see it till like midnight, but she's like, oh, like you texted me. She's not gonna know. So just timestamp like 9:05. Hey Becky, where are you? I don't know why I said Becky. I don't even know Becky. Another thing to help you conserve your battery life is to go to your settings, go to cellular, and then look at all these apps here. You can turn them off. So whatever apps that you're like not using, you can turn off, and that seriously helps save your battery life. So I do that before every festival. Like group tips, if you're in a big group, establish some type of meeting spot so that if you guys all get separated, you guys can all do somewhere that isn't like highly trafficked or anything. So if there's like maybe an art structure or something, I don't know, just find something that like you guys can all remember so that you guys can all meet up. A lot of people ask me like,
what do I do if all my friends want to see one artist but I want to see this artist? And like,
it's hard, but I always say like go see the artist that you want to see. Like you're paying money to be here, don't waste it seeing artists you don't want to see. And I know it's so fun being with your whole group. Like I love going with my Rave fam, but we have different music tastes at the end of the day. Like I love house music and like a lot of them kind of like it, are getting into it, like that kind of thing. So like sometimes I would just venture off into my own and go do my own thing. But as long as you ask someone like, hey, will you guys be here? Like if I go somewhere really quick and come back, like I'm gonna be right back, like that kind of thing, then that usually can like help you feel better about it. And it's fun to just wander on your own. But I know, like, when I went to my first, like, festival, like, it's hard because you just don't want to be alone, and it's like, it feels like it can be scary. But like now, like, I'll leave my group every now and then just to go on my own little adventure, and like it's a cool way to meet people. And it's like, but if it's your first festival, you don't have to worry about that. But that's just like a tip in general. Like, as you keep on going to more and more, like, start making sure you see the artists that you're paying and wanting to see. When it comes to personal safety, like I said about the backpack, keep items that are valuable to you, like, not easily accessible, because I have seen people get things stolen, like phones stolen, wallets stolen. Just be careful. It's sad that there are like thieves out there and they go to festivals, but just be aware of your surroundings. As always, if you like need any help, feel free to reach out to, like, there's always like ground control, or there's like rangers, or there's people that were hired to like help out festival goers. So don't be afraid to reach out to them. Don't be afraid to go to the medic tent if you need anything. Like, sometimes I go there just to see if they have ibuprofen or something if my head hurts. If you or your friend are struggling at any point, just go to the med tent, get some help. Like, no set, no festival, no artist is worth it in terms of your personal safety. So just look out for each other, take care of one another, stay hydrated, stuff like that. And that's all I will say about that. So then for the final tips that I have, disconnect to connect. So a lot of times I'll see people at festivals and they will just literally have their phone up the whole entire time, whether they're recording a video, taking Snapchats, whatever. We use festivals as such a great way to like disconnect from the world. Yeah, I see so many people just like living through the festival but through this phone. Use this time to just disconnect, meet other people, hang out with their friends, enjoy life, have a good time. And I'm not saying you just don't take them at all. Like, you can take some videos, you can take some Snapchats, like take a couple pictures here and there. Like, just don't overdo it. Like, don't let it get in the way of you having fun and actually like enjoying the moment. That's probably like my best tip. Like, I saw someone at EDC record Porter Robinson's whole EDC set just on his phone, which is great and all if you want to relive that. But like, I like sometimes get like really sad that I like, oh, I didn't record this video, or I didn't record that video. But like, I really value like the moments that I shared with my friends, and like personally just like experiencing that rather than keeping it on my, just me. But most importantly, have fun. Like, have so much fun. I love going to festivals, or else I wouldn't be sitting here talking in front of you guys. Like, it is seriously such an amazing time, and everyone is so friendly and so nice, and you'll meet so many different people. Have an open mind to it, keep a positive attitude, and yeah, I hope you have an amazing first festival. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments down below. Tag me on social media showing me the best time that you had. I want to hear about it. I hope that these tips helped you. Like I said, you don't have to listen to all of them. You can only take tidbits, like whatever you please. I'm just speaking purely from experience because I love going to music festivals so much. Like, it's honestly been the best thing of my life. And so I hope you enjoy your first festival. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button to join my little vibe tribe, and follow me on social media at VIBEWITHADE. So I'll see you guys in the next one.